I started drinking when I was about 16 years old. You know, the first time that I drank, actually, I was at a homecoming football game at Warsaw, and there was some girls, and they took me out to this car, and we drank some peppermint schnapps together. It was like I had finally arrived, you know. I loved it. I loved the feeling that it gave me. I was, you know, that 6 foot tall and bulletproof, and I drank a lot really quick because I had a lot of family problems, and you know, I was accepted when I started drinking. And then it quickly led into smoking pot and acid and coke and, you know, all the things that go along with it. I went into the military and sent to Korea for a couple of years. I drank quite a bit over there, and I left basically a full-blown alcoholic and drug addict. It was June 1989. Actually, my younger brother and I had been in Fort Wayne and we're getting drunk. The last thing I remember, I was in Napanee, and somehow I had gotten from Napanee to 400 South, and I was driving in a blackout. The next thing I remember, I was in the hospital rolling around on the table. I was doing about 60, I guess, is what they said. Somehow I had gotten from Napanee to 400 South, doing about 60, driving in a blackout in the hospital. And they said, you were in a car accident, You were in a car accident, rolling around on the table. I was doing about 60, I guess, is what they said, and I was coming down 400 South, and a county farm, there's a hill, and I smacked right into another car that was coming. And our cars went into the field. They went upside down, and I was thrown about 50 feet. The guy that I hit, they had to use the jaws, I think, to get him out. Several years after this accident, a lady came to my house, and as it turns out, this lady had been killed by a drunk driver herself and brought back to life. And of course, she asked me if I had ever apologized to the guy that I had the accident with. I told her my story, and I said no, but you know, maybe it's time. I called the number that I found for him and actually got his wife on the phone, and I said, I don't know if you remember me or not, but I was in an accident. And she says, oh yeah, we remember you, and but he's not here right now. I'll have him call you back in about an hour, I believe. So that was a long hour for me waiting. He called me back and was really nice to me. You know, we talked, and I didn't even know what to say. I mean, what do you say to this guy? I was curious exactly what happened to him, you know, and he said, well, Tim, he said, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about that accident. Had it been a quarter of an inch over, he would have never moved again. He was basically paralyzed for 3 months. He said, I still have trouble walking sometimes, especially when the weather changes. And he I think used a cane maybe, and but I didn't know what to say to him. So of course I started kind of tearing up, and I said, sir, I just want you to know I'm sorry. I said, my life has changed. And you know, I have been sober now for, at that time, you know, about 18 years. And I just want you to know that I've been able to talk to lots of people about what's happened to me, and some good's come out of it. But I said, sir, I'm just so sorry. And he said, you know, Tim, I forgave you a long time ago. And that was a pretty good feeling. You know, what's funny is I never even thought that I needed to be forgiven by this guy, but I guess I did. You know, it's funny, it's like things like this happen. You'd think that when stuff like this happens in your life, that, okay, that's it. You're not going to do stupid stuff anymore, man. You're going to do things right, and you're not going to make mistakes. You know, but I still make stupid mistakes today. I still do dumb things today. I don't drink today. You know, I don't do drugs anymore, but I'm far from perfect. But you know what? I'm forgiven. I'm Tim, and I'm forgiven.